thing I love more than smashing down a pair of hungry me-goring noodles. Oh my god, get in my belly. Whoa! Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Tyson Brown here, and today we are talking about another chapter from my book, and it's called the 80-20 Principle. And by the way, I was not just eating me-goring noodles, I was eating some healthy mixed nuts. Yeah, that's what I was eating. Anyways, so I want to talk to you guys about the 80-20 Principle in the book, because it's such an important foundational type of eating that we need to focus on, because a lot of people get caught up in this restrictive eating where we don't eat anything, we've got to cut away everything, we've got to get rid of grains, we've got to get rid of dairy, we've got to get rid of everything we enjoy. And the truth of the matter is, there is no reason you should be living if you're going to be doing that, because at the end of the day, you're going to be deterring yourself and you're going to be unmotivated. You're not going to want to keep on with it. It's a short-term approach to a long-term problem, and you're going to fall off the bandwagon. I've done it, you've probably done it, so let's get it sorted and let's talk about what the 80-20 principle is to follow it. So when I talk about 80%, right, I talk about the 80% and 20%, or the 90% and 10%. And 80% should come from whole, nutritious foods that are going to give you nutrients, that are going to make you feel good, that are going to give you energy, and that are going to fuel your body for the right type of activity, for the right type of fat loss, for the right type of muscle building, okay? So when I say whole, minimally unprocessed foods, you guys know what I'm talking about. Mixed nuts that are unprocessed. Rice. If you're going to use oil, olive oil, all these type of things you know that are healthy. Vegetables, fruits, lean cuts of meat, all of those things that you would consider healthy, they are healthy. They fall in the 80% rule, okay? All of the whole nutritious foods, no refined shit, no packaged crap. Yes, there's going to be some things in packages. Milk comes in a package, eggs come in cartons. I get that. But you want to focus on minimally processed, unrefined foods at the end of the day. Otherwise, you're going to set yourself up for failure, because when we think that we have to restrict everything, that's when we get into trouble, and that's where the 20% comes in. The 20% is having, if you like them, a packet of me-goring noodles. If you like having some type of cereal, Apple and Sultana Plus cereal. Things that you actually enjoy, go and have. Don't restrict yourself from it fully, but at the same time, don't go over that 20% either, because we want to find that natural balance. So when you go and have your 20 approach, I always think about, don't have a cheat meal, have a treat meal. So that 20% should be going out, enjoying yourself, eating something that is going to be good quality, not the best for you. So if you're going to get a pizza, don't go and get a fucking Domino's pizza. Go out to a nice Italian pizza restaurant, alright? And don't binge. Don't have a whole pizza. Have half a pizza instead. If you're going to go and get some ice cream, are you going to go and get a Peter's ice cream from the supermarket like Woolworths? No, go and get a gelato. Go somewhere nice. Because the more you go and enjoy that food when you have the 20%, you make sure it's good quality, better quality, not good quality, because it's still shit, it's still got refined carbohydrates and sugars. You're not restricting yourself, right? So when you look at this in your week, 80%, okay? So if you're following the intermittent fasting protocol that I talk about, you probably have about 2 to 3 meals a day. So that's 21 meals. So when we look at 80% or 90%, we only want about 2 to 3 meals a week of where you can kind of relax and step back a little bit. So maybe on a Wednesday night, you go and get a gelato for dessert. Maybe on a Friday night, you go and have half a pizza with your mates or with the family. And maybe on a Sunday, you go out for a breakfast somewhere and you have something. That's the 80-20 principle in play, and that's how you manage what's going on during the week, okay? Because if you're like, oh well, I'm just gonna restrict everything and cut it out, I've done it and I've fucked up so many times. And then what happens? You go absolutely mental. So I've been doing this elimination diet lately, and it's not because like there's any special thing, like I'm not gonna do it for some magic weight loss. I'm actually doing it because I've had a little bit of stomach issue. And because I've been doing the elimination diet, on Friday I was in an Uber. And coming back on the way for an Uber, it was actually just after Halloween. And I'm like, oh, you did some trick-or-treating? She goes, yeah, I've got some lollies you can have. And there were fucking lollies everywhere. And I have not had lollies in so long. Like, I actually don't remember the last time I had like a Sherby or a Redskin. So I thought, you know what? And I was on this diet, I'm not supposed to have it. And I had my low willpower and I just broke. And I just said, I'll have one. I had one, then I had another one. I ended up having 20. 20 lollies from the Uber ride on the way home, and I felt like shit. And it's because I was depriving myself from foods that I really enjoyed. Now, obviously, I'm not doing this for a diet. I'm doing this to obviously try and help my stomach. And clearly, the sugar didn't help my stomach. But this just goes to show, when you do deprive yourself from these things, it's going to be very, very problematic for you to bounce back in the future and to go completely balls to the wall and binge and feel sick and throw yourself out of that fat loss habit. So follow the 80-20 approach. 2 to 3 meals a week. Enjoy yourself. Don't go nuts. Don't bring it back in the house. If you're going to go and enjoy it, do it. Do it outside of the house, because when you go and get an ice cream, then you bring it back, then it's always going to be there tempting you. Just waiting, just saying, hey. See these noodles? They're actually not mine. That cereal box isn't mine. They're my housemates, but I wanted to show you that stuff because in my cupboard right here, I don't bring stuff that's going to trigger my food addiction. I don't bring chocolate into the house. I don't bring cake into the house. I don't bring ice cream into the house because I know if it's there, I'm going to eat it. And that's why I don't keep it in the house. And that's how I can apply the 80-20 principle and stay on track for that 80% of the time. So that's just a quick update that I wanted to give you guys. Make sure you click on the link below to get a free chapter of my new book that's coming out called Life in the Fast Lane. It's all about intermittent fasting, fat loss, and fitness. Till next time, speak to you guys then.